Whose stock is up, whose stock is down after week 12 in fantasy football. I'm going to be talking a lot about irrelevant teams like the Saints and the Titans because these are teams that actually have great schedules down the stretch that could have some secret league winners on them. Chimere Dike is a guy that I highlighted in Nestor's Crystal Ball who had 2 touchdowns today, a 90-yard punt return touchdown and a receiving touchdown as well. Led the Titans in routes run and targets this week. He's going to be a hot waiver wire addition in any league where he's still available. I'll have a full video on my waiver wire opinions on Tuesday, by the way. Dike was one of the guys who had the biggest discrepancy between my rank and the expert rank at fansports.com. That's my site where I update every single day rest of season rankings to help you win your fantasy football league. Also giving a slight boost to Cam Ward this week. He's looked better and better each week, but what I love this week is 6 rushes, 36 yards, and a rushing touchdown. If this is a guy who can sneak in a couple rushing TDs and 5 to 10 rushing attempts along with 40 or so pass attempts, we're looking at a guy who could be a sneaky fill-in starter in some matchups. Seahawks is also an elite defense. Tyler Shuck, not pronounced show, thank you for the correction, is going down in my rankings too. Had the volume and the opportunity to have a big game, but just honestly looked awful. Hit rate is pretty good. Ask the comments what percentage of all my leagues I've won the last 20 plus years, but I don't get everything right. I started Shuck over Winston in one league. Didn't feel good about that. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jackson Smith-Njigba are exactly where I had them before this week. They are elite wide receivers. Don't panic if they have an off week or two. The thing I like most about Jahmyr Gibbs' game is probably the fact that he had 12 targets. This is looking like a guy who could be the best player in fantasy from here on out. Talked about that last week already. Consequent downgrade though for David Montgomery. He's looking more like a handcuff than a guy that you can start. I've been lower on him than most experts all season long, and he's going to keep dropping lower and lower. Third straight season where Gibbs has emerged as the clear guy as they ramp up for the playoffs. Also got to downgrade Jameson Williams. I was low on him until the last couple weeks. I thought maybe Dan Campbell was going to change the script, but no, this is still a guy who's completely boom or bust and can screw you over any given week with zeros. A lot of experts were saying that Ramondre Stevenson was going to return to a 50-50 split with Travion Henderson. I never bought it, and that's what we saw this week. Even if Travion didn't have another monster game, this is the clear RB1 in an elite offense. A lot of experts had Stephon Diggs in the 15-ish range at wide receiver. I was lower on him because I didn't trust the volume, and we saw that can happen this week. Only played about half as many snaps as Mac Hollins. He's more in the wide receiver 30 range. This is where I've kept him consistently. Still has some value. He'll have some good weeks, but the Patriots offense is hard to predict. I'm also upgrading Hunter Henry just a bit. I don't want to overreact to this 11 target, 10 catch monster game, but he's near the top of his blob of tight ends who can have a big week like this or put up a dud any given week. T. Higgins gets a downgrade, not just because of the concussion, but also because now the Bengals are 3-8. There's less of an incentive to rush guys back. I give a slight downgrade to Burrow as well, but I still like him as a sneaky QB play from here on out. If there's someone to upgrade on the Cincinnati offense, I'd say that's Andre Iosivas. Solid possession wide receiver, was their best wide receiver in this game. Yes, Jamar Chase will be back, but I think he'll still get reps. He'll be the number 2 guy here. Still a team with a historically bad defense that likes to throw the ball a lot. Up until this week, it was looking like DeAndre Swift was the 1A and Kyle Monangai was the 1B, but honestly, these guys are pretty equal. Monangai was the better runner this game. He got more reps. He gets a slight upgrade. Swift gets a slight downgrade. And I'm also rising DJ Moore up a little bit. I think that this is the cap on what he can do. He's a clear number 2 receiver in a solid offense. Don't forget to check out fansports.com. Every time I mention a guy, I'm updating their rank there, updating those rankings every single day. Thank you for spending a few valuable minutes of your day with me here. Stay learning. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.